Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to an episode of the Kansai Kollective. Today we're going to be interviewing Burak, some of his experience with language classes. He's the local house party king of Osaka, so you kind of get his story on how he went from really nothing in this country to being a pillar of the community, as we touch on this episode. So,
Kansai Kollective, west side of Japan, we out here coolin', Zane and Nasa got connections. We know you got questions.
Sorry, man.
We're confused. Welcome to the Kansai Kollective. I'm Asa. That's Zane.
I'm Zane.
He doesn't care that you guys are giving us your valuable time watching. He's got no time for y'all. Look at him.
Well, they're probably admiring your beautiful suit in two episodes. Two episodes, so you wore that two times in a
It's
row.
making fun of me. We're swapping it out. I'm going with just the white.
He's taking off his clothes. We got two
white
good-looking men on the camera with shirts on, and one has a back brace. What was he doing?
Guys, thank you for tuning in. I really wish, I hope, check out our Patreon so we can get some more cameras, because we need to start recording like all the interactions in this studio, because there's some hysterical content joining us.
Can you, this is so not Japanese. There's so many cups on the table. There's only 3 dudes and there's 4 cups, and I don't even have 1 cup.
Three dudes, 4 cups.
At least there's only 1 Welcome.
That's not the only fans.
Welcome to the Collective. Our podcast recording studio grows every week, and it's a great time. Zane, thank you for joining us. Who were you talking to, dude?
Talking to one of my friends from back home. We've been friends for about 12 to 15 years. I can't do the math in my head. But
That's so wholesome.
Yeah, man, it's cool.
They look like they're at a club.
They were. She's like living like how my life would have probably, not how my life would have been, but it's a good okay. We hung out before. We used to hang out, and she's still in New York. I'm in Japan, so it's cool to see okay what you're doing out there. You know what I'm saying? But
well, cool. I'm happy she could tune in. We just got a little blast from America for
little blast from New York.
If you're watching, what's her name?
Rose.
Rose, you better subscribe because you're being featured on our episode.
Yeah,
calling this out to you. Subscribe.
It's always cool. I don't know for you, Burak. The time differences. You feel me?
Oh yeah, we have Burak today with us. Thanks for joining us, Burak.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Where are you from, brother?
Sweden.
Yes. What's the time difference? If you want to talk to one of your friends in Sweden, what time do you usually talk
It depends on the time of year. What do you call it?
The time zone?
No. There's
hours. Daylight savings.
Yeah, daylight savings. Yeah.
They got that in Sweden too?
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I thought we're getting rid of that. I thought the whole world has kind of come to conclusion. This is kind of dumb. We should stop.
I think they got rid of it in Holland or something.
Yeah. Did you know in Arizona they don't have it? Just
That's
Arizona
good.
as a state was like, nah, we don't follow.
It's weird.
It
is weird.
Stupid.
It made sense when our lives were a little bit different, but in the modern age,
Yeah.
daylight saving times. So
it's 7 hours now.
7 hours.
Okay.
8 in the winter.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for joining us, Burak.
Thank you.
Burak,
Yeah, let me just
Osaka
tell
boy.
y'all.
Intro
you feel
him.
me?
Bum, 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 bum.
It was my first time. I've been in Osaka for maybe 4 years now. And a friend of mine, a good mutual friend of Asa and mine, were like, yo, there's someone throwing a house party. I'm like, hold up, what?
House
a house party?
What?
I've never been to a
Record
house
stops.
party in Japan. I've been here for 7 years. And it was Burak's party. There was a lot of people, and it was popping. It was when I saw another side of Asa. I never
Really?
Yo, Burak,
I am the
you
house
should have
party god.
saw him, bro. He was like a dolphin in the ocean, bro.
Dolphin in the ocean.
Just playing, just having mad
majestic way I've ever been described. Wow.
For real, bro. You was just having, we went into the party. Asa was just mad chill as himself, going in the elevator, we get to the top floor, and then we get into the party. He's like, hey, everybody's like, hey.
Yes,
He's with me. He jumps over to somebody. I'm sitting in the corner, I gotta get my feet wet,
Zane's
chill for a
terrified
little
of
bit.
people. He's hiding in the corner. He can't do it.
But then Asa, he's just jumping from place to place. You know what I'm saying? And then
I like house
I
parties.
saw Burak. and Asa, and they both had like on these.
We did.
Oh yeah, we had matching clothes.
Yeah.
We wore like a same sweater or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So like
cool.
it was just really, it was a really cool. They had like the Steve Jobs swag.
Here's
like,
my tips and tricks on how to be a hit at any house party you go to. It works every time. It's a foolproof plan. First and foremost, if you're going to a house party and you don't know whose party it is, you have 2 goals when you get to the party.
2 goals.
1, bring something.
Swag.
Be valuable. Contribute in some way. I usually bring cups and pong balls. Beer pong is always a great addition. Bring alcohol, bring a game, bring something. Bring something. Your first mission when you get into the house is find out whose party it is. Who is the person that had the party? And this works as a foolproof plan. You find the person whose party it is. You introduce yourself. Hi, I'm a relevant person, and I brought beer pong. Immediately, that person will think you're not that bad because you're contributing something. And for the guest members around you, they see you talking to the person who is organizing the event, and they immediately trust you, and conversation with everyone is much easier from that point on. And that's
you sound like the Bruce Lee of
I like house parties, man.
parties.
I definitely have thrown plenty of house party, but it's the same thing because I think I know that because I've thrown so many house parties that it works the opposite way as well. When you throw a house party and you invite all your friends, when you see a bunch of people that you don't know at your party, you're like, who are these people,
yeah.
right? If you see a bunch of strangers in your house that you don't know, and you're like, who brought these people, right?
Everything comes full circle.
Asa
really just got excited talking about this.
House parties are fun.
Barack, why?
But he's the house party.
Yeah,
man.
why do you throw house parties?
He makes a business out of throwing house parties.
So when I first came to Japan, I used to throw these nomikais at izakayas.
What is a nomikai, Burak? For the
I don't
non-Japanese speaking
I'm
people.
not a native English speaker, so my vocabulary is very limited.
Drinking party.
Drinking party?
Yeah, it's just a drinking party.
Okay.
Party, basically.
And we basically used to go to izakayas every weekend and then go to bars from there. But then COVID hit. So
Wait, how long were you here for, bro?
So
think
this
I've
is my
actually been
6th year.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you've got some
And
time.
when did you start throwing the nomikais?
Oh, in my first month.
Boy.
I mean,
He's a
Wait,
it's
so
the best way to learn how to speak Japanese, I think.
Like, okay, you come to Japan. Did you know any Japanese before you came?
No, zero. I started from zero.
Okay.
No friends, no Japanese,
So
nothing.
your main teacher
No
was
money.
the izakaya. No money, no friends, no language.
All right. So wait. So you came here, and you obviously had this type of mentality of like, okay, like I'm gonna be an organizer and bring stuff together. Like, how did the process go for that though?
I think you just are that type of person. I don't think you decide you're gonna.
No, because like he's in a land. He was from Sweden, bro.
They don't have parties in Sweden.
Yo, he was in Sweden. He came to Japan, a very foreign land. He doesn't speak the language. He doesn't know how the people act. I'm sure the culture is very different than Swedish culture. You feel me? But he was like first month here. He's like, okay,
Let's get it popping.
he found out about izakayas, and he was like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna throw a party that people can come to. Like, was it for foreigners or Japanese? Or
It's not like it wasn't. Okay, I'm gonna throw a party, so I'm gonna invite a bunch of people. It didn't start out like that. So I came, and I got into this Japanese language school in Namba. So from the start, I had a bunch of classmates, and I want to hang out with people and drink. So
Like
it
a
just
good
started
time.
out like, yeah, okay, let's go drink. And then we did that, and then we met other people, and then I invited them.
Then
and
little
then
by
they
little,
yeah.
the
Little
knuckle.
by little, the network grew.
yeah, but
He's
I
a
just
gregarious dude. He likes to give.
can you spell that?
Gregarious, Gregarious.
I just got to keep Ace on his toes because he likes to think he knows everything. But
What?
no, I want people to understand because I like bringing people together. So
Moving on. Screw
like
yourself.
yeah, for Barack, it's not easy to bring people together in Japan. It's
Alcohol
way
brings a lot of
easier.
people
Yeah,
together.
for sure, man. But
You bring people together.
he's-
Here's a quick difference for the people at home. Burak brings people together and being like, yo, let's get drunk. Zane brings people together and be like, we're going to have a meditation sesh and stare into each other's eyes. And he complains that some people are like, man, I just don't know why they didn't get it. Like,
That's good.
Like,
That's true.
Burak is straight up like, hey, yeah, I'm throwing a house party. Bring some alcohol. Let's get drunk. And Zane's like, let's get into our spiritual beings. And I want you to know that, like, just because I'm staring into your eyes, we're the same. Like, so it's a little bit. You've never invited a group of people together and been like, "Let's get drunk." You're a little bit.
My boy knows me
Shut the fukai.
well.
All right.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, but no, like I said, it's not easy to bring people together in the first place. And he has it very organized. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like pretty consistent. So
He's got a mailing list with subscribers. They just sign up for where's the party this month.
So it was very organic how everything started. And like, so I guess the first one went really well at the izakaya.
I mean, I've had a couple of bad ones. But
Have you had a couple of bad ones?
bad ones, as in, this wasn't as fun as I expected it to be, basically. But that was all in the first year.
Those don't happen anymore.
And
They're all bangers these days.
I used to go to these like Why Not Japan parties. Yeah.
What is that?
It's this company that basically throws parties for foreigners. But
So it's our future competition.
it's like before meetups, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But
It's called Why Not Japan?
Why Not Japan?
But
Yeah.
so like you went to their party, it wasn't satisfactory to you.
No, it wasn't.
What? What? Why? What's the vibe? What's the vibe, bro?
Was it like middle school dance mixer or like?
Yeah. What?
No, it's just like okay, a bunch of people saw this online, and okay, there's a party, and then you go, right?
Okay.
But when that happens, there's always weird people.
Facts. Japan. Yeah.
People everywhere.
Not just Japanese, foreigners as well.
Yeah, dude, that's
No.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anime people.
When you say weird, bro, give us, cause I'm weird, but I'm a different level of weird. What's the weird?
Socially awkward, or just go there to get girls, or
The Nampa boys.
What are the
Nampa
dudes that
boys.
just try to get girls? What's their personalities, bro?
They're like you, bro.
There's
That's not a fact. That is very very false.
there's this. I hope they're not watching, but there's this group of Turkish men
Okay.
in Osaka around.
Osaka,
Yeah,
okay.
and they've.
No, dude, you're gonna start local beef, man. They're gonna find out and target our studio.
No,
Man. Be
they're not.
careful. There's
Please
a group
share.
of unnamed men.
And
They don't have YouTube. in
They're
Turkey.
around 40. And I think they've been here for like more than 10 years, 10, 15 years. I think they're all married as well.
okay.
But every weekend, at least before COVID, they used to go to those parties or like the international bars, like Barabushka.
Babushka, yes.
And just try to hit on
Nampa.
20-year-old girls. Yeah.
Spicy.
The hub in Shinsaibashi.
Yes.
You could find them there every weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. And like,
Nice.
my parents are from Turkey. So
So they saw you and they're like, he's one of us. And then you're like, no, I'm from Sweden, bro. I'm not.
yeah. They asked me once, where are you from? I said, Sweden. I'm like, I don't want to be.
You're like, I'm not joining the Nampa
Yeah,
gang.
I don't wanna join
They're gonna include you in it. So okay, so those types of dudes would show up at your parties?
No.
No.
The why not?
At the why not parties?
yeah,
right.
Oh.
So
So,
I guess that's like a common problem for those type of businesses. Like weird people will come. Like how did you
How did you
like
filter them?
It's so cool. Like I realize this. Like there's signs that say like don't cross when the light is red. But that's just like to stop like
Street
the
signs?
regular like ordinary person to do that. But you could cross the street, you know what I'm saying? What barrier? Because you have to create like a barrier, you know what I'm saying? You gotta say it.
I'm lost.
What are we
You
talking
lost?
about?
So this is how I look at it, right?
Are you saying what is prevent you can? Is what you're saying? You're saying you can
No,
tell
no,
the
no,
weird
look.
people not
So-
to come, but you need a way to prevent them because they can just.
You need to create this imaginary wall that makes them feel like if I do this,
I'm
that
gonna get hit by a car?
There's something wrong. So for example, right, you'll see a sign that says like "keep out." You know what I'm saying? And the average person's gonna be like, "Yo,
I shouldn't go in."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But you don't have to follow that. You know what I'm saying? It's just
He's
it's just
not a
way,
big fan of street signs.
Weirdos.
You know what I'm saying? But so, for example, if you're like, admission for men is like 3,000 and admission for women, just example, 1,000. You're gonna probably keep out the weird motherfuckers.
Oh, the weird ones are the ones with money.
It's not preventing them, like to really.
It's a deterrent.
Yeah, it's a deterrent. There you go.
Okay.
How do you deter the weirdos from coming to your parties?
Yeah, sorry, that
I
was
just
long.
grow them organically. I just invite people I know, and I tell them to bring friends, and usually those people are also very nice.
Right.
And just grow it organically.
So you kind of
from there.
assume that like, if it's someone you know, they're not good.
Exactly.
You can vouch for them that they're not going to bring. And then we got invited, and here you are on our podcast.
Indeed,
so
indeed.
That's how things happen.
What's your take? Have you been to any other countries besides Japan?
I've lived in China.
Oh, wow.
In Shanghai, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-oh.
Now
Studio,
was
you
another
just
guest who
tickled his
also lived
fancy.
there, right?
studio bonding.
What was you doing out in Hong Kong, bro?
Shanghai.
Shanghai.
Most racist.
I am not perfect. I'm sorry.
Geography and
I don't know everything.
explanations.
I'm gonna take the ASA.
What was Shanghai like?
It was amazing. I
I
love
know
it.
some of my friends.
Okay.
In a city of 20 million.
That's a big. That's a big.
All the expats
I wish
know each other.
we need
All
we
the time.
need a Johnny camera that just has him and his like because like he's pumped up right now. I really wish you guys could see.
All the expats know each other in Shanghai.
They're,
He was a local. He blended in.
I always wanted to learn Japanese and Chinese before I came.
All the dirty knees.
Why, bro?
It's just like a
not?
Westerner speaking Japanese and Chinese. How cool isn't
Facts.
that? Yeah. That's,
There was
that's basically
on
it.
I want to come back to this. There's a really fun. There was someone joking out there that like somewhere in the world is like a white guy who was adopted by Chinese parents and speaks like when he speaks English, he has like a weird Chinese accent, and like they actually found this guy got interviewed on a thing. So in terms of the Western guy speaking Chinese, it can also backfire really bad.
I see,
Like
I
you know
see.
when he speaks English, he sounds like he's making like really racist, stereotypical mispronunciations of things. But tell me more about time and your
So
desire.
do you speak Chinese as well?
No.
Do you speak? Telling you, we need a Johnny camera. I wonder. I want to check the video. I don't know if you guys can actually hear him. I hope you can catch some
can
of
hear
the stuff
Probably
he's saying.
not.
Anywho, bro.
Okay, so I came to Japan and I went to Japanese language school for 2 years.
Okay.
And
2 years Japanese language.
Yeah. So I figured, okay, if I can become fluent in Japanese in 2 years, I can become fluent in Chinese in 2 years.
And how did that go for you?
So I went to China, Shanghai, and started studying at a Chinese language school. And it went well. I was there for half a year. But then it was located in a university campus. And
The school was.
Which one?
交通
Jiaotong University. Okay.
交
I
通
used
大
to
学
live there.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I used to live in the dorms there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
We got bonding.
Anyways, so it has a football pitch, soccer pitch.
Soccer field.
Yeah, soccer field, and we used to play football there twice a week. And on every Friday, we used to have these games like Chinese versus foreigners, basically, just for fun. Like
Sounds fun.
it was fun. Everyone was like super passionate, and it was really nice. And
It sounds like something
I'm
tragic.
excited to hear what happens.
So we played, and do you know what a slide tackle is in
Yes.
football? Yeah.
You slide
So
and kick
yeah.
on the ankles.
So on the opposite team, the player was like this 40-year-old Chinese surgeon, and
no.
and like he was chubby, but super fast, like ridiculously fast.
man had
and
Usain
then
Bolt
I
genes.
and then I did a slide tackle on the ball, and he fell over me, and he broke his arm.
Oh,
Yeah, and like this part, I don't know how to explain it.
The bone.
The bone
Be
was
humorous.
just like a V shape. Yeah. It was
Needless
really
to
bad.
say, Burak fled China that day and came back to Japan.
Not that day, but the week after.
oh word.
Yeah. So, but he threatened to sue me, and that he wanted money. He's like, "We're going to court."
You're like, dude, we're just playing soccer.
Yeah.
Sorry you're out of shape and your body got beat up.
Yeah, and I talked to like 3 different lawyers, and they
They were
all
like,
said,
leave.
No. They all said you did nothing illegal, but if he takes it to court, I mean, you're gonna have to pay something. Even if he doesn't win, you're gonna have to pay like lawyer fees and all that. So yeah, I just straight up fled the country.
You're like, okay. Anyway,
Bro,
that was fun.
No, that's crazy, bro.
I didn't know the story was gonna go.
Because like, for you to take your whole life, I mean, well, the life that you had.
No, he's
there.
protecting his life. He's not trying to go to jail in China or pay all this
crazy,
money.
though.
That's crazy.
Yeah, to think you moved to Japan after that.
Came
Yeah,
back to
so I came back to Japan,
They can't touch me here.
because I knew I always wanted to live in Osaka.
Okay,
so-
yes.
yeah,
why?
What was your first experience of Osaka? How did you find
Namba,
out?
language school.
Language school, yeah.
All right.
And so I figured, okay, I want to live in Osaka, but what if I study Chinese here as well? So I applied for a university, like Chugokugo Senko, like a Chinese major. I went to university for a year and studied Chinese, but
I had no idea.
yeah, that was not good. Like the language education in Japan is just
They could
it's
barely-
ridiculous. It was so bad. Like,
Well, you also were used to learning from a university in China.
not just that, but like, so Japanese language schools, from day one, the teachers speak Japanese. Chinese language schools, same thing. Day one, Chinese. You don't understand shit, but after 2 or 3 months, like you understand almost everything the teacher says. Of course, they adjust their language to you, but still. But like universities or even like in high schools or whatnot, it's just Japanese. So I studied Chinese in Japanese, and yeah,
I get what you mean.
it doesn't work.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
You're like, I barely speak Japanese. Right.
We had these. This is my strongest memory from university. The teacher was Chinese, and it was the writing class.
Okay.
And Japanese people, they don't need to learn how to write kanji, right?
Right.
And we were supposed to write what was written in the textbook on the whiteboard.
Okay.
And then this, how Japanese write? They just write like really fast
Scribbles.
and yeah,
They just scribble
because
stuff.
they've been doing it their whole lives. And so this girl went up and she wrote something on the whiteboard, and the kanji for chikara,
Power.
yeah, power. It has like this hook.
Right. Facts.
Yeah, but she didn't write the hook. She just wrote it like a hiragana, ka, right? And the teacher went up and like, no, you can't do this. It's,
he
you need
brutalize
you need the hook. And it's like, we're here to learn Chinese, like not how to
Calligraphy.
exactly.
Right.
And the problem was also that
So this was in the language school. It's like
this was university in Japan.
Uh-huh.
In Japan, and we had a couple of Chinese teachers, but their Japanese was just so ridiculously good that they just spoke Japanese all the time. And I had
know-
to
I don't know
had
what
to
that's like.
go to the head teacher of the Chinese department and say, let's speak Chinese in Chinese class, please. That's how you learn. And
Because they were speaking too much Japanese.
just 100% Japanese. And he said, okay, let's try. And they tried one day, and the teacher felt like, oh, no one understands anything. But, of course, no one's gonna understand
here to
anything.
learn Chinese.
Exactly.
Right,
and then
right.
they gave up, and then they went back to the old system.
But so it sounds like not as pleasant
Yeah.
as you would want. But
Indeed.
for those that you don't know, he's still in school now.
You are, bro?
Yeah.
He's
So,
not done. He went back for more, but a little bit different.
So because of COVID, everything went online, right? And originally, I didn't drop off school, university in Stockholm, but I just paused everything, and that enabled me to. The COVID enabled me to continue my studies. So yeah, I'm writing my bachelor's thesis right now.
Thesis right now. So jumping back in, like, because we've talked outside of this about your thesis? Because it's totally different than language. So can you give the viewers a little, like, what is the focus of what you're writing about currently and the degree, I guess?
So the degree is in Asian Studies, it's called, at the university. And the thesis is about the startup visa in Japan.
Ooh. See, told you, Bila. Yeah, it's interesting content. Yeah.
Why don't you give a little context about the
startup visa? Okay, yeah. So the Japan has immigration issues, as most of us see. It's very, compared to other countries, Japan does not take in a lot of people. I think if you're watching this channel or have ever thought about coming to Japan, you probably understand that it's challenging to come here. The visa situation is usually annoying. So Japan also understands it needs more entrepreneurism, and that's a good way to make it a competitive country again. So in 2019, Fukuoka City, which is in Kyushu, Western Japan, started the first ever startup visa. And this visa was essentially to make it much easier for foreigners to open businesses here in the country. Because for those that don't know, starting a business in Japan is no easy task. For example, some of the requirements, you need about $50,000 in your bank account. You need business contracts, or you need to have business contracts with companies in Japan, but you can't be working with them, which is like an impossible situation to even go about. You need a bank account. You need all this crazy stuff. So the startup visa was originally created to address a lot of that, expedite the process, make it a little bit easier, and it's been interesting across the board because Fukuoka had a lot of success with that, and then other cities started their own startup visa. So it's not a universal or general startup visa. Each city has different requirements for their own startup visa. So for example, I was the second person to ever apply for Osaka's startup visa.
Oh, nice.
You're the second person?
Second person. And
Wow,
I didn't go through with it because my experience, because we applied the second day, it started January 1st, 2020 was when the Osaka startup visa was released. I applied January 6th or something, and it's a startup. It's meant for foreigners, right? And they had no English-speaking staff. In a 100-person office, there wasn't a single person who spoke English, which to me was kind of humorous because it's designed for foreigners to come there, right? So we did about 6 or 7 months of trying to get that visa, and it just was such a headache. I think it was because it was so new that they really just didn't. And I was also applying with this like crazy flying car drone business idea. They're like, what the heck is going on? So I just went with the normal capital management visa, which is the business owner one. But so that's the startup visa. Yeah. So now these days, 2022, there's a bunch of every city, not every, but a
17.
lot of 17 cities have their own startup visa, and some of the benefits is like you don't need the $50,000, or you're probably much more at this point, much more versed to explain because you've been studying it.
Yeah. So what I'm writing about is basically like, is it useful or not?
Okay.
Yeah. Is it really useful? Like, do we really need it?
Because I would say no, because it didn't work out for me at all. Right.
Then again, you were the second person, and I'm sure they've improved a lot.
Yes.
But so, for example, Fukuoka does not require you to have $50,000 in your bank account in order to get a startup visa, which makes sense because you
don't have a lot of money.
Exactly.
It's a startup.
Exactly.
You're just starting.
But also in Osaka, you do need 50,000.
Right.
Yes.
So it kind of
defeats the purpose.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. Basically.
I'll say like, yo, it's really cool just hearing your story. How you're pretty passionate about the things that you do, as far as like
house parties
as well, but as far as like you want something done, you make it happen. Like the Chinese at the university,
fleeing the country.
Took it up. You took it upon yourself to talk to the head teacher of the school and tried to get them to change it, and you got them to change the system even for a day, bro. You know, and mind you, in Japan, right, it goes through like a system of people. Like you know, you're not just.
You went straight to the top.
You know what I'm saying? So that, it's very admirable, man.
Thank you.
And the fact that you're trying to like get the business. You're asking if the business visa, startup business visa is worth it. You also give people a place to meet in Japan. I think
He's a pillar of the community, is what he's trying to say. He's
exactly. Real recognize real, you feel me?
Makes it happen, for sure.
So I respect that because it's not easy. Like, that's what I'm trying. Like, we had a guest on before, you know, he's trying to find a girlfriend, and a lot of foreign guys are trying to find girlfriends, you feel me?
Or boyfriends.
It's not easy.
Whatever they want to do.
To find a good friend. It's not easy to find a Japanese person that would talk to you as a friend. It's not easy. So for someone to do that, man, it's not. Yeah.
Do what?
To put things together where people can congregate and meet.
Okay, to set something up. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, where are we going?
To set something up. Facts.
Right.
Pioneer swag.
Excellent.
That's what we all did. This little trio right here. Pioneering.
The Renaissance Gentlemen's Club coming to you soon. Indeed. Burak, I want to before we close it up. You said before you're like, I always wanted to live in Osaka. Why?
So when I first came here, I had the choice to go to either Tokyo or Kyoto or Osaka, and I just chose Osaka because it was the best option. But then when I actually moved here, I just loved it so much.
Why?
I think I have, what do you call it? A sense of accomplishment here. Like I started from zero. Everything was from zero, and now
self-made.
Now I'm
on a podcast with two dudes.
Yes,
started from the bottom.
Getting lots of compliments. Very flattered.
Just being real, man.
Yeah. What was that Asa said on the one episode? Flattery is the highest form of compliment.
Compliments? No, flattery is the highest form of what is? It's the compliments. Compliments isn't the right word. Flattery is the highest form of compliments. Yeah.
No, it's like when someone is copying your style.
Admiration. Yeah, flattery. Or no.
Flattery.
Oh, mimicry is the highest form of flattery. What? I don't know. We're butchering it.
Yes.
But thank you for
Yet again.
referencing for another episode.
I just recently had that like realization too. Osaka, bro. Like I love it. Like I love Kyoto. But something keeps me in Osaka. It's like, yo,
it's probably
I
the temperature.
live here.
It's hot in Kyoto. Oh my God. I woke up in Kyoto the other day. I walked outside and I almost threw up. Kyoto feels like the inside of a dog's mouth in the summer. It is the nastiest temperature I've ever experienced. I got to go on a little rant. I was in Nagano, beautiful. Nagano, also a great part of Japan. Mountains, beautiful, a little bit cooler. I was in Nagano for a week. It was great. I came back to Osaka the other day. I stopped in Kyoto. Dude, Kyoto, I don't know how anyone lives in that summer, in the city in the summer. It is like disgusting temperature-wise. So
when your
that's
butt
what keeps it
sweats and your balls sweat.
Got a little swamp building in your trousers. Yeah.
Yo, I'm curious, Burak, where do you want to take these parties?
What's next?
Yeah,
for
like,
after school, because that's coming to a close, right?
Parties where I want to take them.
Well, also parties, but also I didn't touch on you. You do like activities too, because you had that rafting thing. Because I still want to do that as well.
He's a community
he puts
organizer.
things together. Yeah.
I mean,
where do you want to like? Because the people watching this,
what Zane's trying to say is, what's the next steps for Burak?
I don't have any goals with the parties or the trips or anything. I just want to enjoy life, honestly. And especially now. I think this is the last summer without tons of tourists. So this year I'm traveling a lot.
Yo, so when you come to Japan, Osaka, look up Burak. I'm sure by the time y'all come, you feel me, he's gonna have like he'll have his little parties, his events kind of set up. I'm sure you'll definitely hear of my homie.
No, you can't. You're only the locals.
You don't
only the locals get the intro.
You need to be in the line group.
But if you're in the line group, if you're lucky, maybe you'll end up on one of the Burak parties. Burak's pleasure, man. We got some more people streaming into the studio now. But always a pleasure, Burak. So going forward, nothing really. I guess other than not the parties, but you finish school and then what?
And then focus on my business in Japan.
Tons, yeah.
We
didn't touch on a lot of stuff, man.
So okay, leaving the guests with some parting words from someone who's come here and started with really nothing to his name. what would you recommend? What's your best way to go about it?
If you don't speak the language, definitely go to a language school or something where you can at least meet other people and make new friends, like increase your network.
Yes.
And live life, of course.
Live life and
enjoy
build
it.
that network. Love it. Guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Kansai Collective. If you like this episode, please feel free to subscribe, share, send it to your friends, send it to your family. Ask your mom what she thinks of the podcast. We don't know. We want to hear from you guys. Thank you to our sponsors, The Deck here in Homachi, Osaka, Japan. We love the space. We love the studio. Hinomaru with some of the traditional Japanese clothing in the modern sense. Edge Wilderness, our producer, Aaron, always strapping up the episodes. Dronex Kabushi Gaisha. Guys, tune in next time. We'd love to see you then, and we'll check you out in a little bit. Peace.
Kansai Kollective.